Hello everybody and welcome to the first actual video on my channel. In this video I'd like to take a few minutes just to talk about how we can have some fun with Google Translate by taking a passage, I've written one here as a sample, and sending it through 10 to 20 different languages on Google Translate for a interesting result. In just a moment I will give credits to the channel where this idea came from, and at the end of this video I will give some comments on how to keep this fun and interesting for you. As you may have guessed from this tab up here, Twisted Translations is where I found this idea out. This is a very entertaining channel with songs, tutorials, and comment reviews. Just about everything to keep you laughing. I really love this channel. I've watched many of the videos multiple times. I really suggest subscribing. I don't understand how anybody could regret a subscription to this channel, so go for it. So the process is quite simple actually. We grab our text, we send it into Google Translate, we translate it into some other language, then you want to hit swap. This way we can actually get rid of the English, so translate it into Icelandic, and then you want to just translate it through a bunch of different other languages, and when you're ready, bring it back to English. I won't do this whole swapping process on my own, but in just a sec we'll see the result. So here we have the finished product. I will not be reading this aloud, but feel free to take a moment to read through these yourself to see how you like the outcome. Now I will discuss some recommendations I have to keep this fun and interesting and just some closing remarks. Firstly, the whole point for most people will be to get the most interesting or funny outcome, which means that the more languages you translate into, the better. Additionally, one should remember to stick to modern languages. So you want to avoid a language like Latin because it hasn't stayed up to date with modern technology and just vocabulary in general. You want to stick with languages where your words will actually translate. Sometimes your end result will be far smaller than the original passage. In this case, you have the option of just restarting with the original passage. Sometimes this will occur due to swearing. Swear words disappear through Google Translate most of the time, so I generally recommend not using any of those. Sometimes more sophisticated language results in better translations due to the capabilities of Google's translating engines. Surely not every word in every language is found on Google Translate, so this is definitely an opportunity to test out. On the other hand, silly language can also be very fun to translate because even if the ending result isn't very wild, you know what was originally written and that difference can still be enough to gather some laughs. So go for funny language. Sometimes I have friends write some stories for me, sometimes I write something just absolutely stupid, and most of the time I enjoy the outcome. Lastly, it's important to remember to have fun. Um, Personally, I know a little bit about languages. For example, it would not probably be a good idea to translate from Norwegian into Swedish and then into Danish because they're all very similar languages. In that case, you have less room for error in translation, so don't do that. Um, I have a lot of fun by trying to switch the writing script every time, so perhaps I'll translate from French into Greek, into German, into Georgian, and then into Hebrew, because the writing systems are all very different, and it keeps me interested throughout the process. Um, I find that there are genuinely an endless amount of um, sources to get stuff to translate. The internet is just a vast sea of information. If you use Discord or Skype, translate conversations because even if you show them to the people, they'll have no idea what was originally being discussed and by who. So go for that. Um, you can have friends write stories. That's what I did. Um, you can you can write down transcripts of YouTube videos, whatever you want. Just have fun with it, and you won't be disappointed by many of the outcomes of these. Uh, you'll love it. I swear.